And saying back then you had a lot of sitcoms, you had a lot of great sitcoms, you're going into the 80s, the 90s, even the 70s. And 70s you had a lot of branch outs of series. You had Maude, which spawned off Good Times. You had Archie Bunker, All in the Family that branched off the Jeffersons. Let's take a look at a couple of the TV series that are on the network. Let's start out with one of my top 5 worst TV series for 2021, and that is the remake of the USA Network TV series, The 4400. Now, The 4400, here is the major problem with this. They called it diverse, but you're focusing on one minority class in this TV series. And, it looks like Lovecraft Country on HBO. Literally, it's like, it just literally, when you look at that perspective, that's what you got there. And the full season hasn't completed yet. I think there's 2 episodes left. I think the last episode was on the 13th of December. And they still have 2 more to go. And at this point, they started out with about a 0.10 on the demo at about 500,000 viewers, which is That's atrocious right there. People say, well, no, that's fine. No, that's atrocious. When you have Superman and Lois go over 1 million viewers, and you look at something like a Law and Order TV series, which can bring in 5 to 8 million viewers at one time, and you look at this, which is only a couple of 100,000 viewers, that should tell you alone. Is it, well, maybe it was because there was another show. Look, people are watching on there. We're in the middle where a lot of people are home. They can't go anywhere in certain cities like New York and California and Chicago. They're trying to keep people home. So you have a lot of people watching television. You would figure the ratings would be higher. No, they're not. They're not higher for this particular reason. And you look at the biggest drop in the 4400 is like you had a 33% drop in viewership. The average right now is about 389,000 viewers. And that's on with episode 8 being about 395. So you're averaging it out. I mean, you're talking, you went from 500,000 down to 300,000. You jumped up a little bit to 400 and then back down to 300. This shows you that people are not wanting to watch this. I mean, you have a key demo of 18 to 49, which is a 0.08 on the key demo. That shows you people don't want to watch this. Let's go over to Kung Fu. And I've had a lot of things about the Kung Fu TV series, the new Kung Fu TV series, which this is horrendous to me. I mean, some people do like it, but this is not Kung Fu. The people who are behind this do not understand what Kung Fu the TV, the original Kung Fu TV series, which debuted in '72, what that really is. And they went with this. When this show started, it started out average for a newer show like a Superman Lois with about 1.3 million viewers on a demo of 0.22, which you could say that's okay, stable. But as it continued on, you saw a loss. I think the highest loss on this TV series was about 27% in viewership. Your average right now is about, this is already completed, its first season, 0.9961. That's 900,000, which basically its last 2 episodes were between 700 to 800,000 viewers. That's a massive drop. That is a massive drop, which basically, you have to say to yourself, where does CW don't realize that, this is time to change gears when it comes to this. Now, let's talk about Superman and Lois right now, which basically they lost a lot. They were almost into the 2 million viewership. I think what it was, the break killed them. They lost 50% of their viewership in the demo change. It was like down 50%. And basically, the reason for that was that break. They should not have gave that break, and they could not bring back and recover. The finale ended with about a 600,000 finale for a show that was a good show. It was a really good show. So it finished it off at a demo of 020 with about a 900,000 average as far as viewership. And well, yeah, you may ask yourself right now, well, what about Walker? Walker's been doing very well. Well, let's take a look at Walker. Walker right now is in season 2. And we could see already there is a major problem with Walker already in season 2. We're only about 6 episodes in. They have lost literally just in the first episode, they had a demo change of 70% loss, 0.11. They're down to an average of 0.2 with a minus almost a 39% drop in the demo, in the 1849 demo. That shows you. I said the women, the thing about this series is the women who love Jared from Supernatural, but I've said that, how far they can go with this series. How far can they go with a series that can't copy the original Chuck Norris series? Chuck Norris series was, a diamond in the rough. And you can't repeat that. I mean, no matter what actor you pick to do it, no matter how good the actor is, how popular the actor is, it's still, you're going to lose interest in it. So speaking of the diamond in the rough, let's look over at the Batwoman series, which is still ongoing right now with the 3rd season? I think it is season 3 right now going on. And it's still atrocious. You're talking about still a 32% drop on an average of 449,000 viewers on there. So your last episode was a 0.09 on the demo, a 464. So that shows you right there, even though that was a little bit of an increase of the 12%, it's still down 32%. The show is garbage. It's total garbage. And it's the same thing with Flash. Flash this season on season 8, 17%. It's a minus 17%, 017. This used to be one of the flagship shows. Next with the Arrow. And now it's finally dying out. And here, let me put this. This particular show is my number 1 worst show this season on my listing. If you saw my listings on Man with the Show, this is a remake of a game show that was on Nickelodeon. Who thought that to remake an adult version of a Nickelodeon game show from the 90s would be a good premise to run on the CW network? And that is Legends of the Hidden Temple. If you haven't seen this, it's already gone through its full run. This thing was dead at the start. We're talking about the first episode alone garnered 251,000 viewers. 251,000 viewers. And it just kept going down. I think the lowest level it got was 180,000. And that was the second to last show. The finale ended up at 234. We're talking about a drop of 16% from its start, with a demo change of 0.06 at 226,000 viewers. You can say to yourself, why are you knocking on it? Or listen, I want networks to succeed. I want them to make really good programming out there. But you're not going to make good programming if you continue the ways of the politics, the interjection of how can I put this? Turning a show from just rehashing old shows into new shows and changing the minority of the characters to different. If they're redheads, they become black. If they're white, they become black. You see what we're going for. There was some great. Let me tell you something. Let me put it in this perspective. Go over to Netflix right now. There are some great TV series surrounding black characters. I mean, really good. I mean, one comes to mind is Sister, which is really good. Moesha, which is also very good on there. Girlfriends, The Parkers, One-on-One. There are many series out there that were on, network television, Fox and the original UPN 9 that were very good. And they are, right now you can watch them. And people says, well, no, we've never had enough of them. We never had enough of them. But there always has been. There have been shows. There have been shows with Hispanics. There have been shows with Asians. There have been shows with blacks. All variations. They think that, that the networks were racists and stuff like that. You have to go with the flow of what is popular at the time. And saying back then you had a lot of sitcoms. You had a lot of great sitcoms. You're going into the 80s, the 90s, even the 70s. In 70s, you had a lot of branch outs of series. You had Maude, which spawned off Good Times. You had Archie Bunker, All in the Family that branched off the Jeffersons. You had a lot of great character shows, great comedies, and today they call them racist, but they were funny comedies. And you go to the 90s, it's the same thing. Those are the same type of shows, and some of them got spinned off. There was a time, CW here's, I think it's Channel 11, Channel 9, Channel 11 here locally, PIX and WWOR, they spawned off some great TV series. You had Hercules, Xena, Babylon 5, many other series that moved on, that went on to cable and syndication, that did very well for these networks. Just that eventually in the end, the networks didn't have enough money to continue, and it just at the time it cost too much to produce some of these shows.